Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, saya tengah bosan. Jadi, saya pun rasa saya nak buat satu projek baru iaitu membacakan buku. Dan buku pertama pilihan saya adalah Trying to be Muslim, tulisan Norhafsah Hamid. I touch the mic. That is not good. Okay, so buku ni dalam bahasa Inggeris. Jadi, saya akan baca dalam bahasa Inggeris. Saya tak akan kupas sebab ini adalah aktiviti membaca semata-mata. Okay, kita akan mulakan dengan chapter 1. The beginning of a journey. Sesuai dengan apa yang kita berlaku sekarang, iaitu ini adalah permulaan kepada projek yang baru. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I was born a Muslim, and to almost everyone it would mean that I'm a ready-made Muslim. Easy peasy, no other work needed to be done. At least that was what I thought. I was misguided with that notion for a very long time. 8 years ago, I started wondering about the meaning of the word Muslim. So, being the typical clueless law graduate, I picked up the most logical book to me in search for my answers. I picked up the Oxford English Mini Dictionary. The dictionary explains the word Muslim as to mean A. Of or believing in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's teaching, and saya tak tahu apa tu and believer in this faith. The Pocket Oxford Dictionary defines it as one who professes Islam, and it defines the word Islam as an religion revealed through Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam surrender to God. What does that mean in simple language? They should write the book Islam for Dummies for people like me. Then one day, a wise old man told me that the true meaning of Islam is peace and submission to God. He further elaborated the meaning of submission as total submission to the will of God. Okay, that is some serious definition. I was badly in need of a much simpler meaning, one that I can truly understand. I then realized that whilst I qualify within the loose English definition of a Muslim, I may not fulfill the characteristic of the true definition of Muslim. Islam is not just some religious practice carried out whenever a festive season comes about or when I go to the mosque, but Islam is a way of life. Cool, eh? When I was young, I had this misconception that being a Muslim is just having a Muslim name. I was not really sure of the obligations of being a Muslim, and to be honest, neither was I bothered. I was seriously disillusioned by the mere fact that since I was born a Muslim, I was guaranteed a place in the eternal paradise. Was I wrong? The day my illusion was shattered, it was like a big tight slap on the face. Don't get me wrong, I was given Islamic education in school, and we also had a regular ustazah who came to the house about twice a week to teach my sisters and I to recite the Quran properly. It was entirely my fault for falling asleep when she was teaching, and she being a sweet-natured soul didn't scold me or pinch me to wake me up. It was also my fault when I kept finding ways to skip Quranic classes. Well, I did what kids do best, being naughty. Okay, not all kids, just what I do best. I was taught in school that as Muslims we have to pray, fast, perform the Hajj, etc., etc. But to me then, it was just rituals that everybody was supposed to be doing if you are a Muslim. I did not actually look forward for the weekly visits from the ustazah because I couldn't understand the fuss of reciting the Quran with the right connotation and pronunciations. Until today, I am ashamed to admit that whilst I can recite the Quran in Arabic, it is like listening to someone who is stone deaf singing. I started to question the purpose of my life when I was in my late teens. I felt restless and agitated, and I wanted some answers. I discovered that whilst there are many Muslim brothers and sisters who possess the knowledge of Islam, but not all of them have the ability to reach out and explain this wonderful religion to me. Being in my teens, I was not spared of possessing the rebellious teen spirit. Most of my questions started with why? 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 Some of the scholars whom I met told me to accept God's word without questions, and some attempted to explain to me, but to no avail. I was still dissatisfied and confused. God has given me the ability to think. Therefore, I would not accept anything without questioning the rationale behind it. Perhaps I had asked the questions to the wrong people, and maybe they themselves did not know the answers to my questions but would not admit to it. Hence, the quest for answers started. I was not going to be like a blind mouse following without reasons or explanations. In order for me to obey, it has to be understood by me. I wouldn't say that the quest for answers was an easy one. There were a lot of obstacles and frustrations, but I am determined to get my answers one way or the other. Hence, this is my journey. Tamat bab pertama. Kalau anda suka, pastikan anda tinggalkan komen dan bagi tahu anda suka supaya saya tahu saya patut sambung atau tak. Dan jika anda rasakan idea ini bagus, silalah share dengan kawan-kawan anda dan kita doalah lebih ramai dapat manfaat dengan projek baru ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.